everyone, welcome to the third video. So today we'll learn about the print function and how we will get an input from the user and then print it out. So if you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button below. And if you have not watched my previous videos, I'll put the link back down in the description. So you can check it out and I'll put a link to playlist as well, which will contain all the videos. So do not watch this video before watching those videos because you will not understand how this thing is functioning. So let's start with this video. So first of all, let's talk about the print function. So why do we need a print function? To print something on the screen, right? It's as easy as that. So now what we will do is we will define a string. So what is a string? A string in Python is a sequence of characters. If I write my name, then it's a string, it's a sequence of characters, which then becomes a string. So whenever you type a string, whenever you write a name or whenever you give a word, you have to put it either in a single quote or in a double quote. So let's say we'll define a string x, and our string x is nothing but in double quotes, let's say TBD actuarial. So if I define my string, I can either put it in a single quote or in a double quote. To run this command, we hit Control Enter. And if you have seen a number here, it means it has run. So now we'll obtain the data type. So there will be a lot of variables which you have defined in your program. So just to check which type of data it is, you will check the type of the variable. We defined x here. So we'll write x, hit Control Enter, and it says str, which means it's a string. So whenever you put something in a double quotes, it's a string. Now let's see how we will display it. When we write print x, it will print TBD actuarial. Basic stuff sorted. You understood how to define a variable, how to obtain its data type, and how to print it. Now let's come to the main part, which is actually useful. So now we'll define a string and we'll say that it is some sort of an insurance company. Let's say X is equal to Marijuana Company. So we open a new insurance company called Marijuana Company. So now we have to format it and put it in a placeholder. What I mean is that we'll define the format, what is the specified value of it, and we'll put it in a curly braces so that it is displayed. So what I mean to say is that let's say we want to print it out, our message, then we'll say our message is nothing but the name of the insurance company is, you define these two brackets. These are called placeholders. So whatever you write after this command, that will be in the placeholders. So that will display in the placeholders. So we'll say dot format. So basically you are putting in 4 placeholders, and to put in a placeholder, we define it with the command format. So the name of the insurance company is two curly braces, which is our placeholder, dot format. And what is our company's name? We defined a company's name as Marijuana Company in X. So format X. So when we run this command, it's run. Now let's see what message it displays. So when I say print message, it prints the name of insurance company is TBD Actuarial. Now, why it said TBD Actuarial? Because you see, we defined X is Marijuana Company. It's an input 5. But the latest value of X is TBD Actuarial, which is input 12. So make sure that your inputs are correct. So I didn't run this command intentionally to show you that this is how it does not run properly. So now when you run this command, it's input 17. And now when you will print the message, it will say that the name of insurance company is Marijuana Company. So basically, your latest variable where you have defined, Jupyter will pick up that, Python will pick up that and print it out. So make sure that if you have defined multiple variables, the latest variable is correct, and you can check that by this input number. Now we can place 2 or more placeholders in the print function as well. Let's say we define weed is equal to weed, and we say 5 grams, which is the weight. Weight is equal to 5 grams. So because this is a string, I put it here. This was also a string, I put it here. Now, what we want to display is our message now will be that the name of insurance company is some X. The name of the insurance company is X, which insures something up to the weight of something. Now, in the sequence, we will format all these. So the name of insurance company is what? It's an X. It insures what? It insures weed. We have put that in weed. And it insures how much of it? We have put that in weight. So therefore, when we will print this message, it will say that the name of insurance company is Marijuana Company, which insures weed up to weight of 5 grams. So therefore, you can place 2 or more placeholders with the print function inside curly braces and you format it correctly. That's how you print out multiple commands at the same time. So this becomes very useful whenever you are doing something where you need to print a message for someone. When you are deploying your model, all these print functions and get inputs get very nice. So therefore, there is the next mini challenge. Pause this video and try this out. Now we have to write a code that print out the name of my company is not Sonardi actually. So instead of X, we will put not Sonardi actually. I own 10 shares of not Sonardi actually. We'll define one variable as 10, another variable as NSNA, and then we'll just put a command. So then we will just put a command, not Sonardi actually, and it will say that I own 10 shares of not Sonardi actually. So you can try this out. If you are not able to print it out, comment in the comment section below and I'll put a code out there. Now let's get to our more useful function, which is how to get an input from the user. So the input is a built-in function in Python. It is already built in. You do not need to define a function. You are just asking for an input from someone for whoever you are making an application or for whoever you are deploying a model for. So now what we'll say is we'll get the insured name as an input and print it out on the screen, right? So let's say our variable y is equal to input. Welcome to the pricing tool. And then we will say welcome to the pricing tool. And we have to ask for the input. Your name is. This is what will be a prompt. So whenever someone will enter it, this is the first message they will get. What do you want to print out of it now? So once they give a message, you print that you want to do the pricing for placeholder format y, right? Instead of your name, we should write insured name because let's say it's for an underwriter who has to do this. Now, when you enter, it will say welcome to the pricing tool. Insured name is what? What is the insured name? So you will say insured name is cheap stuff. And when you enter, it will say you want to do the pricing for cheap stuff. Okay. So that's how you prompt someone to get an input. And that's how you get an output out of there. Now, let's say we want to insure data such as underwriting year, amount of claims, and loss ratio, and print all of them out on the screen. So, loss ratio is nothing, but loss ratio is basically if you have a premium, you have a claim. Let's say for the last year, for the amount of premium you earned, how much was the loss corresponding to that premium? So, if your premium is $100 and your loss is $60, your loss ratio is nothing, but you have had a 60 loss on a premium of 100, which is 60 by 100, 60%. So that's what loss ratio is. Now, what we will do is we'll obtain the insured data. Now, let's quickly get into it. We'll say uy is equal to, again, we'll give an input prompt. And the input prompt will say that please enter the underwriting year you want to price for. Then we will say claims equal to input the amount of claims which were incurred last year were, and let's say our third input is loss ratio. So what we will say is that our loss ratio, will ask them to kindly input the loss ratio for last year was, and then they will input. Once you have prompted all of this, what do you want to print? Now we want to print all of them out on the screen. So let's do that very quickly. We'll say print. You want to ensure whatever you want to ensure for the underwriting year, whatever is the underwriting year. So we are placing placeholders just the way they should be for the underwriting year, and the incurred claims were something which resulted in a loss ratio of something, and then we will format it one by one. So we'll format, first of all, what are we insuring? We are insuring, we already named what are we insuring. We named it in Y. So we'll format first Y, then will be our underwriting year, then will be our incurred claims, and after that it will be our loss ratio. So when you prompt them to enter, please enter the underwriting year you want to price for 2019. The amount of claims incurred 10,000, and the loss ratio for last year was 80%, which is by the way a very good loss ratio. Right. Now what it says is that your underwriting year name is not defined, because I told you that it is case sensitive. So I enter up in the uppercase itself, and we run that command again. 2019, 10,000, and a good loss ratio of 80%. And once you enter, it says if you want to insure cheap stuff for underwriting year 2019, and the incurred claims were 10,000, which resulted in a loss ratio of 80%, 0.8. So this is how you obtain an input and print a message for the user. So whenever you're designing something, this helps you in better communicating what you have done. So this command is very, very important whenever you're trying to deploy a model. So make sure you understand how this thing works. Maybe after the video, you can try the mini challenge 2, which is at the end of this, and we'll be able to do that. Now we come to the last section of our today's video, where I'll tell you how to do mathematical operations inside itself. Now we'll obtain a few user inputs. We will perform some mathematical operations and we'll print the results. So let's say our premium is equal to input. So let's name it something easier so that we are able to remember. D. So D is an input prompting then please enter the premium. They'll enter the premium. Then E is equal to please enter the claims. Now you won't ask everything, because if they have to enter everything, what's the point of you making an application for them, right? So if I ask them please enter the loss ratio, then why would someone use this application, right? So therefore we need to perform some mathematical operations inside it. So what we will do is that whenever they have done this, then your print command will be that for the premium of something, the claims incurred were something, and your loss ratio was again something, right? And then we will format this and we'll say format D, because D is our premium, claims are E, and loss ratio is nothing but, as I told you, that for whatever premium you charged, what were the claims which you earned, which is nothing but E divided by D. So once you enter this, it will say please enter the premium, you say 10,000. It say please enter the claims, you say 8,000, and it says sorry, there is an error. Now why there is an error? Because I told you whenever you take a command, it's a string function, right? So because it's a string function, you need to convert it into an integer so that you can perform a mathematical operation on it. Therefore, we will debug this error, and we just need to enter one more line of command. We'll say that please enter the premium, and the type of D is nothing, but will forcefully convert into integer. So D is equal to int D means whatever string is there, kindly convert it into an integer format. And we'll say E is nothing but integer of E, and it will take that also. Then you will run the command. It will ask for premium, you will say 10,000. It will say claim, you will say 8,000. And now it says there is an unexpected, oh, I missed curly braces. This should be curly brace, this should be curly braces. Now when you enter, please enter the premium. You say 10,000. Then you say 8,000. And it says, boom, for a premium of 10,000, the claims inward were 8,000 and your loss ratio was 80%, which is 0.8. So now I hope you understood how important this is. And this is all about the print function and get input from the user. There is a mini challenge too as well, where you do the same thing again, try it out. And if you're not able to solve this, comment in the comment section below, and I will tell you what you are doing wrong. And if you have any query, anything, you can again comment in the comment section below, and I will get back to you for sure. So this is it for it. Next time we'll start with the data types, tuples, dictionaries, and everything. Till then, keep enjoying. Next time we will come up with another video. Like, share, and subscribe below, and see you in the next video. Stop share, motherfucker. And